The joy and tears of the players and their efforts were all dissolved in the dramatic matches that were broadcast for the past 14 months. The global StarCraft II Team League produced a lot of new players and epic matches, including many upsets. StarTale was the first team to all kill in the GSTL and advanced to the finals with dominating force. However, the 1-2 punch IM Nestea and IM MVP, along with their super rookie IM Lucira, played remarkably well. Team Slayers, who had the fewest GSL leaguers at the time, miraculously defeated the mighty Team IM, who had already produced 2 GSL champions. The Team A Slayers MMA shined at the 2011 GSTL March Finals. The newly established team, MVP, made it to the finals to face the team of the Emperor, Slayers. After an epic match between Slayers MMA and MVP Dongregu, the Team Slayers became the first 2-time champion. The first season of GSTL in 2011 became the first regular season of GSTL, with the period of the tournament being extended as well as including higher prize money and more participating teams. The first regular season trophy went to the Team MVP as they defeated the Team Prime, who advanced to the finals for the first time. The first season of GSTL for 2012 started off with some changes, such as a dual tournament format group round and best-of-9 matches. After some great matches and turnarounds, the 4 semi-finalist teams were determined. Team StarTale, who defeated IM and NS Hosa with some help from StarTale Bomber, who all killed for the first time in a best-of-9 series. Team FXOpen, who advanced through 2 consolation matches and defeated the 2-time champion, Slayers. At last, the 2 teams that will advance to the dream stage in Las Vegas, Team StarTaleQ and Team Prime. Our first Team League finals in Las Vegas. Which team will prevail and become the champion? StarTale versus Prime. Prime versus StarTale. The finals. The match that will go down in history starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bright lights and beautiful city of Las Vegas, Nevada. It is now time to start the world's greatest StarCraft II Team League Finals between StarTaleQ and Prime. I now want to introduce to you the Korean casters for the event, Mr. Che, Engine, and Park Sang-hyun.
Ready to roll, ready to rock, ready to give it all I got. Gotta live to win, get up, get up, get even. Ready to roll.
네, 선생님 시청자 여러분 안녕하십니까? 라스베이거스에서 GSTL 파이널로 인사드리겠습니다. 안녕하세요, 박상현입니다. 빼놓을 수 없는 멋진 해설위원, 제 옆에는 최정원 해설위원이시죠?
네, 안녕하세요, 최정원입니다. I'm Mr. 채가.
절대 멈추지 않는 사나이 엔진 안준영 해설위원.
네, 안녕하세요. Hello everyone, this is Engine. Nice to meet you.
GSTL 열기, 저희가 여러분들의 인사를 드리기 위해서 이 자리에 나와주셨습니다. 오늘 저희 이 모든 이야기를 함께 해주실 저희 한국의 통역 존 박씨. e스포츠의 열기, 그리고 여러분의 이 응원, 함성 때문에 저희 GSTL은 정말 멋진 시즌을 보냈습니다. 우리가 여기서 다 같이 멋진 중계로 함께하도록 하겠습니다. 자, 우선은 오늘 이 현장에 나와주신 여러분께 한 말씀 저희 통역으로 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 많은 팬분들이 이곳을 찾아주셔서 정말 감사드리고 GSTL 파이널 준비 많이 했으니까 여러분들 재밌게 즐겨주시길 바라겠습니다.
Thank you for all of the fans for coming here. We prepare so much for this, so please enjoy.
네. 인기가 정말 상당합니다. 이것이 바로 미국 라스베이거스의 그런 열기죠. 자, 우리 안준호 해설위원도 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 이곳 꿈의 도시 라스베가스에서 저는 전 세계 e스포츠 팬분들을 만난다는 꿈을 이미 이루었고 이제 선수들이 챔피언이 된다는 꿈을 이루기 위해서 경기를 앞둘 것이고 여러분은 재밌는 경기 감상하시고 모두 다 잭팟의 꿈을 이루시기 바라겠습니다.
So we finally achieved the dream of coming to Las Vegas, the dream city for entertainment, and the players will be playing for their dreams. So please enjoy the show and achieve your dream.
네, 이 대한민국에서 이 근 10년 가까이 이제 중계를 하다가 미국 라스베이거스에 와서 감동을 받았습니다. 이제 여러분과 우리는 하나고요. 여기서 대한민국 중계진의 시작 사인을 발맞춰서 이번 GSTL 파이널 경기를 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 여러분의 많은 호응을 부탁드리겠습니다.
So in a minute, I'm going to give you a call sign in Korean, and when I say it, please give a loud applause so we can begin the GSTL final.
Are you ready? GSTL 파이널! 여러분의 큰 박수 함성으로 1세트 경기를 시작하겠습니다!
Las Vegas, it's time now to present the world's two best StarCraft 2 teams. Up first, an invincible army in which nothing can stand in their way. StarTaleQ! Looking to make a miracle here tonight. Give it up for Prime!
to the GSTL Finals. I am Wolf. With me is Caldor. We're so excited to be here in Las Vegas, coming all the way from Seoul, Korea. How are you feeling, Caldor?
I'm actually really excited to be here tonight. And how are you, Las Vegas? I am psyched for Marine King and Maru. I am psyched for July and all the other players that we are going to see today with StarTale against Prime.
They don't seem that excited, man. That's weird. Are you guys excited? That's more like it.
That's much better.
We have an awesome match coming up for you guys today. We've got two teams with stacked lineups. We're going to take a look at some of these players very soon. But if you're a Prime fan, cheer right now. Let us know that you're excited. You want Prime to win this match. And if you're a StarTale fan, let's hear your cheer.
Wow.
Got a lot of fans. I can tell there's a lot of people in the crowd. They can't even pick who they want to win, man.
Definitely. We're having a quick look at the team stats and having a look at who's going to play for those teams tonight.
Yeah, we're going to get a look at those very soon here. Take a look at some stats. You can see basically what these teams' win rates are and who their best players are. You can take a look at all their faces. They're, of course, right now on the front stage. So I think we're going to take a look at those stats right now. And here they are. You can see StarTale Quantic over on the left side with total GSL points 2,264 up against Prime, who has a little bit less points, a little bit less players in the GSL, but they have a really solid win rate. And this season, they've looked stronger than ever.
And StarTale is opening today with their captain. July is the first player for the team, while Prime is opening with Maru, the youngster who actually surprised so many in the last Code A and Code S season. He did so well, and this is going to be an epic opening.
It absolutely will be, man. I cannot wait to see these two players collide. I can't even predict who will win this first game. July is looking on fire this season, and so is Maru. Maru, the youngest player to ever be in Code S. Who's going to take the first game? It's impossible to say.
This is going to be really exciting, especially with Maru's performance in the last few games. He was so amazing, and in the GSL, he's one of the youngest players, and he just doesn't show any nerves whatsoever. He just sits in his booth. He's so cool and calm, doesn't make any mistakes, and it's just incredible. I'm not quite sure if this is going to be the place today, because there are so many fans out there right now, and I would be really surprised if we would not be impressed by this.
Yeah, I cannot wait. We're going to take a look at some coach interviews with Rachel. Let's go to there now.
안녕하세요. Hello, everyone. I am Rachel, aka Seltzer Please, and I'm joined by John, the translator. We're going to be speaking first to the coaches of each team. StarTale coach Kim Kwang-bak. How does it feel to be in Las Vegas?
우선 스타텔레Q 김광복 감독님께 먼저 질문하겠습니다. 라스베가스에 드디어 오게 됐는데 기분이 어떤가요?
2달여 동안 라스베가스를 오기 위해서 너무 열심히 연습을 했는데 오게 돼서 너무 기쁘고 팬들이 너무 열성적으로 응원해줘서 너무 행복합니다.
We worked so much to be here for 2 months, and I'm really glad to be here at last. And I'm really happy that fans showed up and gave us a loud cheer.
Fans certainly have turned out. Coach, StarTale July is your starter. He's the one with the most experience in big tournaments and a lot of travel experience. Did he ask to be the first player up?
I think he just basically means that,
박성준 선수가 선봉인데 큰 무대에서 가장 경험도 많고 해외 대회도 가장 많이 나왔어요. 혹시 박성준 선수가 자진해서 선봉을 하게 되었나요?
자진해서 했다기보다는 이런 무대 경험이 너무나 많기 때문에 제가 선봉을 생각했을 때 박성준 선수밖에 떠오르지 않았습니다.
He did not ask to be the first player, but when I thought of the startup, I thought that July was the best choice since he had the most experience.
Excellent choice. During Prime's interview after their semifinals match, MKP expressed that he has high confidence against Bomber, Squirtle, and Curious. How do your players feel about this statement?
준결승에 앞서 프라임 인터뷰에서 박정훈 선수가 최지성, 박현우, 이원표 선수 상대로 강한 자신감을 내비쳤어요. 그럼 이 선수들은 그거에 대해서 어떤 기분인가요?
지금 마린킹 선수가 너무나 분위기가 좋은 건 사실이지만 저희 팀 선수들도 전부 분위기가 좋기 때문에 그런 부분은 경기로서 보여주면 될 거라고 생각하고 있습니다.
It is true that Marine King is on fire, but our players are also doing really well. So we'll show him during the matches.
That's a strong statement, sir. Is there anything that you would like to say to all the fans who have gathered here to support StarTale?
여기 오늘 스타테일 응원하게 많은 팬들이 왔는데요. 팬들에게 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
일단 여기 찾아와 주신 그 스타텔 팬분들께 너무 감사하다는 말씀드리고 싶고요. 더 많은 얘기는 우승 트로피를 들고 나서 인터뷰 때 하겠습니다.
I'd like to thank all the StarTale fans for coming here, and the rest of the stuff I'll say after I have the trophy up the stage.
Strong words. Let's hear from the Prime dugout. Gerard, it's so good to see you in Las Vegas. How are you feeling standing here today?
오늘 이렇게 라스베가스에서 뵙게 돼서 굉장히 반가운데요. 지금 기분이 어떤가요?
정말 꿈에만 그리던 이런 라스베가스에 와서 저희가 이 GSTL 결승전이라는 무대에 지금 이 자리에 서 있다는 것만으로도 정말 너무 떨리고요. 오늘 이 떨리고 이 설레이는 마음을 꼭 승리를 한 후에 선수들과 기쁨으로 만끽하도록 하겠습니다.
It's dreamlike to be at Las Vegas for GSTL final, and I'm also very nervous and excited. And I hope this emotion changes to happiness after I'm able to win with my players.
The crowd loves it. Prime starter is Maru Prime. It's a match of one of the most experienced players against one of the youngest. Is Maru nervous at all?
네, 프라임 팀의 선봉은 조성주 선수인데요. 가장 경험이 적은 선수 대 경험이 많은 선수의 대결이 될 것 같아요. 혹시 지금 조성주 선수 긴장 많이 했나요?
조성주 선수가 아직 나이가 많이 어리기 때문에 비행기도 이게 처음 타보고 이게 장기간 이 비행을 하고 음식도 이제 잘 안 맞고 해서 약간의 컨디션이 그러니까 최상이라고는 말할 수 없지만 그래도 정말 본인이 어제부터 계속 이제 연습 손을 풀고 싶다고 하면서 지금 어쨌든 최상의 컨디션으로 지금 게임에 임하도록 준비를 했습니다.
This is first time for Maru to be outside of Korea. First time to travel long distance, and the food didn't suit him really well, so he's not in his best condition. But he's been really anxious to play since yesterday, and we prepared a lot, and I hope that he can play in his best condition possible.
Well, StarTale Quantic is known for their ceremonies and great teamwork. In order to counter that, are there any special ceremonies that you guys have prepared?
스타텔 콘틱은 이제 세레모니랑 팀워크로 굉장히 유명한 팀인데요. 그거에 대해 대응하기 위한 혹시 준비책을 가지고 왔나요?
저희 팀에서는 세레모니를 특히 이제 막 그렇게 뭐 스타테일보다 잘한다고는 저희 솔직하게 말할 수는 없지만 그래도 오늘 저희도 뭔가를 준비를 했습니다. 기대해 주셔도 좋을 것 같습니다.
To be honest, we can't really say we are as good as StarTale when it comes to ceremony, but we did prepare something, so look forward to it.
I will look forward to it. Do you have any words for the StarTale coach?
스타텔 코치님에게 한마디 부탁드리겠습니다.
오늘 이 라스베가스에 이렇게 같이 정말 영광적인 자리에 이렇게 하게 돼서 정말 기쁘고요. 어느 팀이 승리하든 간에 최선을 다해서 지금 이 자리에 와 계신 모든 관계자분들과 팬분들께 좋은 선물을 하고 한국으로 돌아갔으면 좋겠습니다.
It is an honor to be at Las Vegas with you and your players, and I hope that we can do our best, regardless who wins, that we can go back to Korea with happy mind.
Excellent words from both our coaches. Let's give it up for these guys who make StarCraft possible, for these two amazing teams. And Kaldor, Wolf, I'm going to hand it back to you. Thank you so much.
Well, those were some great words from both of our coaches. And you know, I think one of the best things that I heard was July is a great starting player because he's, of course, the first player coming out for StarTale. He's very experienced. And we got the Golem Wizard on stage. If you like the Golem Wizard, give him a cheer. But here he is right now, StarTale July, the captain of StarTale. There is Curious, another Zerg.
And we have, of course, Bomber, the Terran player, the first all killer in the new best of 9 format.
And here's Virus, looking fairly strong recently, and Sound, a newer player.
And of course, also another Terran, Hack.
And don't forget about Ace, the Celebration King.
Does he pull another heart this time?
Here's Squirtle. And of course, Parting really making a name for himself recently.
And our Swedish powerhouse, Sase.
Looking like a very dangerous team indeed. But here is our opponent, Prime, starting off with Anyang, our team captain. Followed by Boom Boom Prime. Up next is Bumblebee.
2 Zerg players for the team. And of course, Marine King.
Of course, Ghost King Prime, formerly known as Björn.
And we have the Marine Prince Maru, the opening player today for the Prime team.
Here is Creator. And Classic Prime, very strong Protoss as well. That concludes our Prime lineup. Both of these teams looking so stacked right now. I cannot wait to see how this first game goes. Who will take the lead?
This is actually really hard to say. Today's opening game is going to be really amazing, and I have no idea who's going to win this match. We have a very experienced player with July, and he's up against the newcomer who showed just impressive results against anyone who he was matched against. This is going to be just incredible. Here's a quick statistic of the race distribution of the StarTale team. They're a little bit short on Zerg players. 4 Protoss and 4 Terrans.
Yep, it looks like their distribution though of players overall is very strong. This chart has a little bit of information, but it doesn't really tell the real story of the depth of this team's lineup. They have so many good players. All of their players are so strong, and even recently, some of the players who weren't as strong in the previous seasons have made a name for themselves in one way or another recently. So they're all just looking really good, not only in teaming, but at the individual league as well. A great team.
They played really amazing in the last few days as well. We saw a lot of them participating in the open bracket here at IPL and reaching the final rounds. And of course, we have the Prime team here. 3 Terran players, 2 Protoss, and 3 Zergs, with especially the Protoss players having a really nice win ratio.
Yeah, that's mostly thanks to Creator. Of course, you can see even the contribution there fairly low. But you can see the contribution by race distribution is pretty even, showing that they have basically players from each race that look really strong. And I cannot wait to see what players they're going to choose today.
Both teams have a lot of depth from which to choose. We have a lot of fantastic players, and we definitely have some snipers out there as well.
Well, let's let Cats Pajamas take us away and tell us our first players.
Las Vegas, are you ready for the GSTL Finals? Well, now it is time to introduce our starting players for the 2012 GSTL Season 1 Finals. First, for StarTale Quantic, a living legend of StarCraft, the God of War himself, it's StarTale July!
StarTale July looking really strong recently in the individual league. You can see his win rate in GSTL only 33.3%, but obviously he's been training with his team recently really well. They feel comfortable enough to put him out as a starting player. Obviously the coach earlier said as well that they feel like he's the most experienced, and I think that's great. Being on this big stage right now, you want a starting player who's really experienced, someone who actually doesn't get nervous, who's really ready to play on the big stage.
He played really well, especially in his Codes group just recently. He only lost to Marine King with 2-1, but beat Zenio and was also able to take down alive. A very strong Terran player.
Yeah, he's looking really strong these days. I mean, he's known for his timing attacks, but he's doing a great job. Now, who is our next player?
Opponent, the youngest Codes player, the Marine Prince, Maru Prime Chosunju.
The
youngest player ever to be in Code S. It is Maru Prime, the Marine Prince. And earlier I was saying July is a great player because he has a lot of experience. He doesn't get nervous. But look at this guy's face right now. Does he look nervous? He looks bored. He looks like he doesn't care, man. He's been training so much for this match. I've been watching him practice, man, in the player room, and he looks so ready.
Oh yeah, he is. He's actually... He is such an amazing player. He won his Code S group, something which most people did not really think would happen. And he took down Hero, for example, with 2-1. He was able to beat Gumiho as well. He's such an amazing player, and I'm so excited to see him play today. This is his first time outside of Korea and his first big event, and I'm really eager to see how he's going to perform against July now.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it. Think about being this age, being able to travel abroad and be in front of this huge crowd and be to play the first match against someone who's so well known in Korea, July Zerg. You don't get much more known than that. All right, our first map is going to be Cloud Kingdom. See how these players do. I just don't know, Calder, who can win this first game.
This is going to be really, really epic. So let's get into the game without further ado. As soon as the players are ready, there are the GGs and the good lucks in the lobby, and I think we're good to go with Maru against July, our first Zerg versus Terran of the day. StarTale against Drive.
Who will take this match? It's almost impossible to say. It's such a great starting map. Cloud Kingdom, a very balanced map, a fairly new map. I cannot wait to see who's going to take this one. July looking confident and Maru looking confident as well. We're going to start the game right now here at the GSTL Finals in Las Vegas with Caldor and Wolf.
To the top right of the map in the red color, we have our Zerg player. Starting for StarTale, it is... StarTale July, and he has to face the youngest player in Code S history. Starting to the bottom left of Cloud Kingdom in the blue color, we have his opponent. It's the Terran player for the Prime team.
Maru Prime, a player known for being cheesy, but recently has really been pouring on the macro games. Now July Zerg, he's known for his 3-base timing attacks. He often just attacks until either his opponent is dead or he is dead. He is one of the most ferocious Zergs out there. I cannot wait to see what build he is going to be showing us today. Will he go for a hatch first? Will he go for gas first? Only time will tell with July Zerg. It's impossible to say.
This is going to be a really interesting match, especially because, as you already mentioned, Maru for a long time he had the reputation of being a little bit of a cheesy player, but he showed so many macro games recently that he is capable of doing both. So you have to definitely scout very, very careful if you're up against Maru, and July obviously knows it. So he will definitely make sure that he has always an Overlord in position, that he always knows exactly if there's going to be some kind of proxy play. He already sends out the first two of his Overlords, and starts obviously with his hatch first against the Terran player.
Yep, he's even going to go and make an extractor before squeezing out some extra drones as well. July playing with a fairly risky opening here. Now Maru, on the other hand, has actually not taken any of his gas. It looks like he's going to go for a 1 barracks stand. The question is, will he make it on the low ground or on the high ground? He hasn't scouted at all either, so he's not going to know that July has gone for this very risky expansion.
Cloud Kingdom is a map that is really balanced in Zerg versus Terran. Most of the players in Korea feel really comfortable with the map. When it was first introduced, some people were really skeptical about it, but right now it's one of the most balanced maps in the map pool. And we usually see a really long game in a Zerg versus Terran, because a Terran player can just quite easily get a third base and try to stay defensive for a while the Zerg has a hard time attacking into the third, and then it just evolves around the long and mostly really intense macro game.
Yeah, I agree completely. You know, one of the most important parts of the first map is definitely getting that macro hatchery, because on this map you have to stay on 2 bases for a long time off. you just stick with 2 hatcheries, then you can sometimes just die because of lack of production. And of course, remember guys, if some of you guys have never been to GOMTV.net, make sure you check out that website. You can see all sorts of GSL and GSTL live streams there. You can see that link on the bottom of the screen there. Definitely check it out if you're new to the GSTL. It's got a ton of awesome content.
Right now we have Speed coming up for Maru. He decides to get, sorry, for July obviously, he decides to get gas a little bit earlier. We've seen a couple of strategies, for example by Zerx as Idra. He decides to go for a gasless build on this map and tries to get 4 queens, which leaves him a little bit more of an economy in the early stages of the game. But July, with the speed that he has right now, can get a lot more aggressive as soon as he realizes what his opponent is up to. So he has a lot more options of getting aggressive in the early game and loses a little bit of economy due to it, so his harvest account will not be as high as it could be. But with speed, definitely a good choice here, and Maru obviously going for the reactor factory Hellions.
Now, July looks like he's going to take the fast third here. This idea is almost unthinkable most of the time on this map, but for him to go for this fast third here is fairly risky. Now, what Maru has done is, I like his bunker positioning here. He's not going to fall to any Zergling pressure. He can actually just hold this expansion quite safely. Now, after he expanded, he got his gas ASAP and is reactoring out Hellions, but with this starport and this barracks placement, I think we're going to see a Banshee fall up. There's the tech lab. We're definitely going to see some Banshees. The question is, will we have Cloak? How many Banshees will he make?
Yeah, it's actually going to be pretty interesting what exactly he decides to do here. We have already the 3rd base for July, and as you said, usually what July did in the past was just staying on 3 bases and attack just relentlessly, and number of attacks, a barrage of attacks, and at some point he will either run out of minerals or his opponent would just die.
Yeah, that's very common. These Hellions are going to put a little bit of pressure on here. He wants to take control of the watchtower, but as such, July has already seen them coming. He starts spreading his creep towards that 3rd base, but if Maru wants to, he'll very easily be able to take out these Hellions. Actually going to take out these Zerglings, chase them away, and a spine crawler, no, not a spine, an evolution chamber for July. He has not made a spine crawler. Looks like he does not feel that it's necessary at this point in time.
We don't see the cloak yet, so he's just going for the Banshee and trying to put some pressure on. It will also enable him furthermore to just keep the Xel'Naga watchtowers clean, even if the Hellions get attacked. And the map control is just something that is really, really important for the Terran player here. The 3rd base is already up before July though.
Hellions have found and they're trying to attack. A little bit of pressure on this Queen, but the Queen does not have any of it. He chases this Queen, and the Queen chases the Hellions. He may go down, he has to be careful here, but the Zerglings are set up for a flank. He may trap the Hellions.
And once again, Maru reacts just in time. His Hellion micro is so incredible. It is really, really funny to see how he moves with those Hellions. Every single time I see him play and he executes the Hellion attack, he's able to do so much more damage than one would expect. And once again, he's pulling off, taking down Ling after Ling. The Banshee helps out as well. And very well done here. Only lost 2 Hellions so far and saves nearly all of them. Taking down a ton of Zerglings here.
The Zerglings do scout the Banshee, of course, as you mentioned, and as that happens too, spores have been started, but they're not ready in time for this first Banshee, which is doing a little bit of damage to the worker line. In total, this Banshee has 10 kills, but I believe only 2 of those were workers. We're going to go for the Queen now. There's only 1 Queen, but because of the micro that he's using on this Banshee, the Queen may be able to get away. Just barely escapes behind that Spore Crawler.
Really impressive play by both players so far. And I'm really excited to see, we have a Raven actually being built by Maru here.
That is so rare and unusual to get a Raven out, especially not this early in the game. He's going to be able to use that Raven in conjunction with the Banshees to clean up creep tumors until the Mutalisks come out, if Mutalisks are the unit of choice, which, basing on the upgrades that we see for July right now, I don't think we're going to see Mutalisks.
No, not on this map. Usually on this map we see Infesta play Mutalisks are kind of rare. And we have already +1/+1 attack for July at this point, and that's the infestation pit, so going straight for the attack.
There's a shot of IMNST in the crowd. Came to watch, of course, playing in the tournament IPL as well. Right now, the Armory is on the way for Maru. He's really well known for his armor upgrades, for his back, not only just the attack upgrades, but the armor upgrades as well. Siege mode is finishing up here as 1-1 finishes for Maru, so he's able to keep up in upgrades with July, but important to note that the infestation pit is done.
And July is playing pretty passive here. This is something that we usually don't see, right? So he's trying to focus his economy now on his tech, getting the +2/+2 upgrades. And here we have the 1 Raven and those 2 men still trying to do some damage.
This is something that people have been talking about for over a year saying, you know, people should add Ravens into the composition. Why doesn't anyone do it? Nobody ever does it. And you know what? Maru is doing it today. He's killed so much creep with just these Banshees and the Raven alone, and I don't think he's going to stop there.
One of the great things that this Raven is allowing him to do is that he saves quite a lot of damage. So taking down the defense, now the point defense drone used against the Queens. Beautiful!
Yep, the point defense drone does work against Queens as well as Spore Crawlers. That's something to really keep in mind here. The Spore has been repositioned, but the Spore
takes down the Queen.
Wow, it gets that Queen. Wow, he's not done yet. It looks like he's going to go and clean up some more tumors if he can find any. He saved the Banshee, keeps the Raven alive. They're doing a great job cleaning up that creep right now.
I'm really amazed here. This is just a simple adjustment, but it makes so much sense. And with the point defense drone, he was able to take down 2 of the Queens, and of course also with the Raven was able to take down a lot of these creep tumors without using any scans at all, which saves him a lot of energy that he has left for mules.
Now 6 Infestors are on the way, Caldor. Of course, the passive glance upgrades will be done for Lorenzo. All the Infestors will have the energy.
We have a run by at the third base, trying to get in there with a couple of Zerglings. But a tank on the high ground already repelling it. But once again, the Banshees are getting into position to harass the economy.
The Banshees are doing such a great job, not only harassing the economy, but keeping those creep tumors in check. That's so important. At this stage in the game, normally the creep would be all the way out to the launch tower, but it's stuck at the top of that ramp because of those Banshees. This is one weakness of not going for Mutalisk.
Wolf, we have a Hive Tech for July.
I see it. I think this may be the first time this year I have seen Hive Tech for July. Normally sticking with that layer tech. Uh-oh, he may get fumbled here, though. Just barely gets away in time. The Raven is being really brave.
Yeah, he needs to be a little bit careful. Yeah, +2/+2 being researched now for Maru as well. And the supply is already highly in favor of our Terran player here. The Marine Prince is playing pretty well, but now catching a fungal. And already 2 of the infested Terrans are trying to end the job.
Takes that one set out. Now, right now, the supply is 159 for Maru and 121 for July. And Maru is a huge supply lead right now. He's going to take out this overseer in the middle of the map. It looks like he's considering moving out. He has a 3rd base with a 4th command center on the way. And Counter, this playstyle is just so unlike Julyzerg. It's really strange. He's now taking a 4th base. He has not yet attacked, not even a little bit. He tried to do that one Zergling run by. That is about it, though. Otherwise, Maru has really kept him on the back.
It is really interesting to watch because right now Maru is playing without a mistake at all. These 2 Banshees that he had in combination with the Raven were able to do so much damage, also keep his opponent in check. And now we have a huge army moving out with 170 supply. We have now Maru on the move, trying to force an engagement against July, who's now supply blocked as well, by the way.
Yeah, the supply count 182 for Maru to 136 of July. The Marine count at 75. He has so many Marines. He is the Marine Prince. This attack is looking really scary. It's all going to come down to the bungles.
Exactly, those infestors could pose a huge problem to Maru. Adrenaline glands being researched, +3/+3 for July. Will he get all these upgrades while Maru is already sieging up in position at the 3rd base? He is trying to go for a counter-attack. July is moving out right now, and Maru taking slowly but steadily possession of the 3rd base.
Oh man, July is going to go for a flank here. The tanks are on siege. Will July take advantage of the tanks? He's running in here, and it looks like the tanks are going to great bubbles.
These fighters are awesome, but the infestors are down all of them time. And now we have Maru with 163 supply against 100, taking down the 3rd base. The army is nearly gone. 40 He's trying to put position with the reinforcements, but Maru simply has too much here.
He does have to lift up here, but the supply difference is now 165 to 110. He's actually going to unload these units to kill the Zerglings. Does end up losing a siege tank in the process, but look at that 2nd wave of Marines.
This is just horrible for July here, but the
Oh my god, that is exactly what Julyzerg needed, evening up the supply quite a bit, and this push is now very weak compared to what it once was.
The Banelings can't get into position though, as all of these siege tanks are already sieged up. He has to be very careful, but yeah, it's all right. This Baneling bus was exactly what he needed, and we have a couple of Baneling straps across the map right now, but still a huge supply lead for Maru, who's just playing so exceptional, and he will make sure that he scans ahead right now, as he does.
Yeah,
He actually has the Raven in his army now.
Yeah, that's kind of a unique choice by July to go for the Baneling Burrow when his opponent has the Raven out on the map, but even so, it ended up working. Here we go, here comes our engagement. The Zergling's coming in here, but there are just too many units in position. He has to be very careful. He does not want to lose these units right now. He cannot lose these infestors.
At this point, we have the Ultralisk Cavern for July. And here we go again with another nice bundle, but Maru just simply has too much and is forcing July back. Once again, July is on 3 bases right now. Maru taking a 4.
Let's see how good his Marine splits are. He's trying to target down these infestors, but the Baneling's hitting some of those Marines. But Maru is not done sieging up now. The infestors taking a lot of hits.
Killing 2 or 3 of them, and the rest is severely damaged. 60 supply ahead, and now getting into position. And another wave from the main base is just emerging. Maru is not done yet.
He is not done yet at all. He's killing even the units that spawn out of these eggs because he's camping this hatchery so heavily. The drones do escape, but Maru has a huge second force on the other side of the map, which is now actually going to be caught by Zerglings. But the upgrades are so good for Maru, I'm not sure if it'll matter.
He's lost way too much. July drops below 100 supply already, and Maru is on 200. He is maxed out, and he's just going for here. He's researching. Oh, nice bundle here, but it's not enough. Too many medivacs are healing them. Another bundle hits, but at this point, it's really a huge problem for July. He lost too many bases. He's down to 2, and he's just dying a slow and painful death here.
Yeah, he really is. Maru is not going to waste any time in dropping in the main. If July sends his forces there, he'll have to deal with Maru's force on the outside. He just has 2 groups of units he's using to take July apart here.
Nice bundles, trying to take down this unit, but it does not really matter at this point. Once again, Maru is completely maxed out, and there's the GG by July.
And Maru is taking game number 1. Prime is up 1-0 in this best of 9.
Strong in that game, a very young player playing against the experienced veteran July. Looked unstoppable. We had groups of Marines going all over the map, and July used the style that I feel like he maybe not have been as experienced with. He didn't use his normal style, and Maru just looked so good against it. He just attacked, and July died. July looked like he had a strong build coming, but Maru just did not care.
It was definitely something that we didn't see from July in the past. He checked straight to a hive and tried to go for a good unit composition here, but Maru was just too strong. This Raven was just such a smart idea. He forced the creep back, he did a lot of damage, it was really amazing. And now we are going to have a look at the next player for our StarTale team.
Alright, well Maru was too much for the God of War, but up next for StarTale, a pro-top force to be reckoned with, it's Parting!
StarTale Parting! Showcasing some of the best PvT in the world, showing a very innovative double expansion build, doing very well in foreign events and in Korea. I can't wait to see how he does against Maru here. Maru's got his work cut out for him.
Parting the Terran killer. He emerged last season as well, won the Code L qualifier, then went straight through Code A into Code S, was really amazing, and he is kind of known for his really intense style against Terrans, and Maru certainly has a very strong opponent now.
Yeah, in the late game, so many Terrans have trouble with this guy. Parting can get to the late game. His storms are amazing. He just simply does not hesitate to storm. He expands so aggressively, loves to double expand, and then after double expanding, puts the pressure on his opponent. He's an extremely difficult Protoss to predict.
And just one of the things that really make him an exceptional player in this matchup is his use of observers. He builds the robo, doesn't use them for Colossus right away, focuses a little bit more on his storm play, and then gets up to 8 or 9 observers. We've seen this today in the games that he played here at IPL. Was really amazing to watch. It's like a legal map for him. But before we head into the game between Parting and Maru, we'll have a 5-minute break, and then we are back with the second match between Prime and StarTale.
Vegas.